So here are the best testosterone boosters according to science. Starting with the most underrated one, sleep. Yes, sleep. Sleep is one of the biggest natural testosterone boosters because your body produces a lot of testosterone while you're resting, especially during deep, high-quality sleep. One study found that healthy young men who slept only around 5 hours a night for 1 week had their daytime testosterone drop by about 10 to 15%. That is not a small drop. That is your hormones looking at your sleep schedule and filing a complaint. And no, sleeping 4 hours then drinking caffeine like it's a personality trait does not fix it. The goal is around 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep. Not 7 hours in bed while your phone is blasting your eyeballs with blue light. Actual sleep. Dark room, cool temperature, consistent schedule. Phone away from your face. Think of sleep as the free testosterone booster nobody wants to respect because it doesn't come in a black bottle with a gorilla on the label. Next up, lifting weights. This is the obvious one, but people still mess it up. Resistance training, especially big compound movements like squats, deadlifts, bench press, rows, overhead press, and pull-ups, gives your body a reason to build strength and muscle. And when your body needs to adapt, testosterone becomes part of the construction crew. Now, lifting does not mean doing 3 lazy curls while checking your notifications. Your muscles need an actual challenge. Progressive overload matters. That means over time, you slowly increase the weight, reps, sets, or difficulty. Science shows exercise can affect testosterone responses, especially depending on intensity, volume, muscle mass used, and recovery. But here's the important part. The real benefit is not just a tiny temporary testosterone spike after a workout. The real benefit is what lifting does over time. More muscle, better insulin sensitivity, less fat, better confidence, better recovery. Basically, your body stops feeling like a rented scooter with low battery. For most people, 3 to 4 solid strength sessions per week is enough. Train hard, recover harder, and don't turn every workout into a punishment ritual, because overtraining can backfire. Which brings us to the next one, losing excess belly fat. This one is brutal, but important. Belly fat is not just stored energy, it is active tissue, and excess body fat, especially around the stomach, is linked with lower testosterone. Fat tissue can increase aromatase activity, which converts testosterone into estrogen. So if you carry too much body fat, especially visceral fat around your organs, your body can basically become a tiny testosterone-stealing factory. Research shows testosterone levels are often inversely related to body fat, and weight loss can improve testosterone in men with obesity or excess body fat. But listen carefully. This does not mean you need to become shredded like a dehydrated superhero. You do not need veins on your abs to have healthy hormones. The goal is a healthy body fat range. And please do not crash diet. Crash dieting is where people eat like a medieval prisoner and wonder why they feel dead. Your body sees extreme restriction and thinks, emergency, shut down non-essential systems. And testosterone is not exactly a priority when your body thinks food disappeared. So lose fat slowly, lift weights, eat enough protein, sleep properly, walk more, be consistent. Next, healthy fats. This one confuses people because for years, fat was treated like the villain. But testosterone is a steroid hormone, and steroid hormones are made from cholesterol. That does not mean you should sprint to a fast food place and deep fry your bloodline. It means your body needs enough dietary fat to support hormone production. A systematic review found that low-fat diets appear to decrease testosterone levels in men, although more research is still needed. So no, fat is not automatically bad. The type of fat matters. Good sources include whole eggs, olive oil, avocado, nuts, salmon, sardines, and quality meats. Basically, real food, not trans fat from a mystery pastry that looks like it survived 3 world wars. The sweet spot for most active people is usually not zero fat. Your hormones do not want an extreme diet. They want enough nutrients to actually function. Next, eating enough carbs and calories. This one might shock the fitness internet. Carbs are not testosterone poison. In fact, if you train hard and eat too few carbs, your body can start treating your workouts like stress instead of growth. A review found that low-carbohydrate, high-protein diets may reduce testosterone and increase cortisol in some men, especially when combined with exercise. Translation? If you are lifting, running, studying, stressing, and surviving on chicken breast plus sadness, your hormones may not be thrilled. Carbs help fuel training. Training helps build muscle. Muscle helps improve body composition, and body composition affects testosterone. See the chain? This does not mean you need to inhale donuts like Kirby. It means rice, potatoes, oats, fruits, pasta, bread, and other carb sources can absolutely fit into a testosterone-friendly lifestyle, especially if you train. Your body is not asking for a perfect diet. It is asking you to stop treating food like an enemy. Next, sunlight and vitamin D. Vitamin D is interesting because it is called a vitamin, but it acts more like a hormone. And low vitamin D is associated with lower testosterone in some research. One study found that vitamin D supplementation might increase testosterone levels in men, especially when levels are low. But this does not mean everyone should start swallowing giant vitamin D pills like candy. More is not always better. If your vitamin D is already fine, extra vitamin D might not do much. The better first step is simple: get sunlight. Morning sunlight also helps your circadian rhythm, which helps sleep, which helps hormones. It is all connected. Your body is basically a group project, except every system actually depends on each other. Try getting some regular sunlight exposure, especially earlier in the day. Not enough to turn into grilled chicken, just enough to remind your body that you are not a cave creature with Wi-Fi. Next, stress control. Let's talk about cortisol. Cortisol is your main stress hormone. It is not evil. You need it. But when cortisol stays high for too long, that is where problems start. Research has shown that cortisol and testosterone can work against each other, and giving cortisol can reduce testosterone levels. So if you are constantly stressed, overthinking everything, barely sleeping, training too much, eating too little, and living like your brain has 37 tabs open, your testosterone is not exactly partying. Your body cannot tell the difference between a real emergency and you panicking over school, work, money, or one dry text. It just sees stress. So stress management matters. That could be walking outside, breathing exercises, prayer, journaling, stretching, talking to someone, or taking actual rest days. Not fake rest days where you lie in bed and doom scroll until your soul leaves your body. Real recovery. The goal is not to remove all stress. That is impossible. The goal is to stop living in permanent fight or flight mode, because testosterone likes recovery, not chaos. Finally, avoiding heavy alcohol. This one is not fun, but it belongs on the list. Alcohol can mess with testosterone production, especially when drinking is heavy or frequent. The World Health Organization describes alcohol as a toxic, dependence-producing substance linked with major health risks, and heavy drinking is strongly associated with damage across the body. For testosterone specifically, chronic heavy drinking can affect the testes, liver, sleep, body fat, and hormone balance. Basically, alcohol attacks your testosterone from multiple angles like a badly written final boss. Does this mean one drink destroys your masculinity? No, relax. But if every weekend turns into a "where am I and why is my wallet empty" adventure, your hormones are not clapping. The problem is not occasional moderate drinking. The problem is heavy, repeated drinking, especially when it ruins your sleep, increases body fat, lowers recovery, and makes your next workout feel like you were assembled incorrectly. So if someone wants better testosterone, one of the smartest moves is not adding some random supplement. It is removing the stuff that keeps sabotaging them. And that is the real lesson. The best testosterone boosters are not secret. They are sleep, lifting, losing excess belly fat, eating healthy fats, eating enough carbs and calories, getting sunlight, managing stress, and avoiding heavy alcohol. Not as exciting as a bottle called Alpha Beast Maximum Thunder Rage, but way more reliable. And here's the truth. Most people do not have a testosterone problem first. They have a lifestyle problem. They sleep badly. They barely move. They crash diet. They stress all day. They drink too much. Then they try to fix it with a supplement that has 19 ingredients and a flaming wolf on the label. But you cannot out-supplement a lifestyle that is actively nerfing you. So before chasing magic pills, fix the basics. Sleep like a human, train like you mean it, eat enough real food, get sunlight, relax sometimes, and stop punching your hormones in the face every weekend. That is how you actually support testosterone according to science.